Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. How we doing today? Type in the chat. Awesome, awesome. So here's how these classes normally work. I usually like to engage. I usually like a lot of interaction. My name is Jerome Lewis. I'm going to be your host for today, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Beth Ellen. Beth Ellen, please introduce yourself.
I'm Beth Ellen Rosenthal, agent number 61 at EXP, been licensed 42 years, and I still have so much to learn from Jerome. Can't wait to learn about books. Thanks for inviting me. Bye now.
Thank you. Thank you. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. On my screen, right? Those of you in the EXP world, what you should see is face the main screen. You should see a big blue screen, and I'm going to call on you. I need your engagement and interaction. I need you to type yes in the chat if you can see that screen for me, please. And the way I like my classes is I need at least 50% engagement in order to proceed. So please type that in the chat. Awesome. All right. So, welcome to the Social Media Mastermind and Marketing Implementation. We have this class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. So, again, I am your host for today, and I'm also going to be your instructor today. This is a reward that me and Bethel we like to flash so you can see and understand who you're working with, who you're dealing with. We both won EXP Instructor of the Year, so I just like to let you know that. All right, so a little bit more about me. I am your instructor and your host again today. I am in the Philadelphia area. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I like to call myself a silly and serious millennial. I am also pretty good with technology. Beth Ellen gave me the term technologist. I'm pretty good with that. And next, I'm an introvert. So I like to bring that up for anybody that identifies with introversion, right? You can have success in this business without having to be some amazing extrovert. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about video, right? One of the things that got me into video is the ability to leverage it, right? So you don't have to keep having the same conversation over and over and over again in business. Next, I am an international speaker. Furthermore, Beth Ellen also helped me realize that I was pretty thorough or pretty decent with implementation. And she said, the social media mastermind class is where you come and you learn how to do, right? So I am an implementer. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because we talk about this, the behavioral assessment here a lot in EXP, right? And I like to let you know it's important to understand the personality types that you are and the personality type that you deal with. I am a high D, high C personality. When you combine those two together, that makes me I'm very result oriented and I'm very detailed. When you combine those two together, that makes me an implementer, right? So the test speaks of how I demonstrate and how I, market and do this business. Next, I run a marketing agency, and if you want to learn more about me or connect personally, like on social media or anything like that, just visit the website jeromelewis.com. All right, so I'm going to call on the audience. I need you to type yes in the chat if you're ready to proceed. I need at least 50% engagement. Awesome. I appreciate that. So
Jerome, this next, not this week, but 2 weeks from now, is that the third week? Nick is giving a seminar, so we got lucky. He is sending Michael Glazer to come teach your class. Glazer is a professional videographer. He makes award-winning videos, and he's going to talk about the kind of equipment, video equipment amateurs should need to make their videos. And I've heard this guy before. He is unbelievably awesome. So 2 weeks from now, you cannot miss Michael Glazer's class. Sure do.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right, so what is a lead magnet? This is the definition of a lead magnet. I'm not going to read all of this to you, but a lead magnet is basically a marketing tool and it helps you generate leads. It provides value to your customers and your audience, okay? All right, these are some reasons why you want to use lead magnets compared to what other people are doing, right? Instead of just asking for business, hey, I made a post and nobody came in, right? Lead magnets are going to help you provide value. It's also going to help you help your customer trust you more, right? It's going to showcase your authority. Next, lead magnets help you close more sales and more deals. A lead magnet will help you build a relationship with your potential customers or your potential clients. And lastly, my favorite thing here is it's going to help you stand out from the competition, right? So a lot of times people, what should I post? What should I do? This, that, right? Well, this lead magnet, this strategy, this process that we're going to do today, you're going to be able to take this and customize it to you, your business, and whatever. And nobody else is going to have this, right? So do me a favor and type yes in the chat if you are ready to proceed. And I want to do a sound check. If you can hear me fine, type yes, type here, HEAR. Okay, awesome. There we go. They can hear me. So, all right, here are some quick examples of lead magnets, right? Lead magnets can be webinars. It could be master classes. It could be a video series. It could be a mini course. It could be checklists, newsletters, templates, tips, ebook or a book. And I underline ebook and books because that's what we're going to do today. But any of these things can be a lead magnet. These are examples of lead magnets for anything. All right, so we talked about using video to create these lead magnets, right? And I'm really big on video because it increases your efficiency and you can use it and multi-purpose it. Like it's very versatile, right? So a lot of times people try to shortcut and, oh, I'm gonna do it this way. I want to type it up. I want to do some other process. Trust this process. It works, right? It really works. So stick to what you're learning today. Don't try to be too creative. Once you have a finished product, then maybe you can go be creative, but trust and follow the process today and you will be happy with your results. All right, so here we go. Why use video? Again, video is versatile, right? That's one of the reasons why you want to use video. You can multi-purpose, send it here, share it there. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Next, we talk faster than we type, right? So a lot of times people get what's called writer's block. And writer's block is like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to type. But a lot of times we know how to talk and say something, right? So we can take a video and we can talk it out and we can have that. We can use that in multiple ways. Other reasons why video is conversational, right? So people appreciate conversational. They appreciate conversational context. So you can use that in a video. You create a video, you can output conversational input. Next, we already talked about this, but repurposing. And you're going to see the different ways that we can repurpose this video a little bit later throughout the presentation. And the cool thing is I'm going to show you, I think we'll have enough room for me to show you this process and people won't even know what you're doing in a way. Like it's a little bit slick. It's a little bit sly. So I think I'll have enough time to show you that they don't even know what's going on, right? So a lot of times we create all of this content and people might watch this or they might interact with that, but they don't see the rest of the stuff. And the cool thing here is I'm going to show you like they won't even know what you're doing, your process, like how we're reduplicating and reusing this information unless you tell them. All right, so I've reached out to my network. I reached out to some of my colleagues, some of my partners, and I asked them for some video examples. So what I want to do is a lot of times people say, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Videos, should I make this flash across the screen? Should I edit this? Should I do that? And that all of that stuff, it's not necessary, right? Those things are not necessary. And we can always do that later. So I reached out to my different colleagues. Paula, you all know Paula. She comes here and she teaches the Instagram in branding class. I asked Carmen, I just met her through Jaime, right? Networking. I met her through Jaime, who teaches our YouTube for real estate. John Lee, he's an investor that I met here in Philadelphia. He created a video for me. Then we have Sheila Cahoon. She used to be here at EXP. She used to come and teach some of these classes and show support, right? Bethella mentioned her a little bit earlier. Then I have another colleague, Essie. She also made me a video. So these 5 people created videos for me. And these are just some quick examples of videos that you can use, right? So as an example, I want to click on Paula's video just so you have an idea.
Hey everyone, my name is.
So this is Paula's video, right? And it's a short video, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I say, hey, Paula, could you make me a video? And all I want you to do is I want you to tell me what to you is the most important thing about selling a house. And she said, sure, I'll make this video for you. She made the video and I'll put 3 minutes and 10 seconds. This is the video. I'm not going to play the entire thing, but I want you to see what's here, right? Like a lot of people overcomplicate this. All it has to do is be a video. She's not doing anything fancy. She's just creating content that's valuable to people. Doesn't have to look pretty. Your message just has to matter. So her message really matters. This is the video.
My name is Paula Aponte. I am with EXP Real Estate. I'm located in Lakeland, Florida, and I wanted to share with you 4 tips that you could use when considering selling your property, okay? So tip number 1 is going to be.
All right, so that's just a video. You probably can't hear it. It's okay, not a big deal. But she's mentioning how to 4 important things about selling a house, right? That's just an example. And the most important thing there is I want you to see the visual. The visual. Next, the next video. That's not the right video. The next video. This is from my partner I was telling you about, John. He created a video on selling a house. This is his video. This is what it looks like. These are not high production videos. They're basic videos. Hey, this is what you do. This is some value that I'm going to give to you, right? You can see this video. And if I flash through it a little bit, you can see like, he did a little bit of a screen share and started to demonstrate how to evaluate a property. But these videos are not complicated, right? So those are 2 examples. Let me see. One more example from Sheila. And you may or may not be able to hear it, but so Sheila's is a little bit fancier, but the purpose here is you can repurpose this stuff, right? So hers a little bit fancier, but the point is you can see the video. You can see the video. She's just talking. She's got some words flashing across the screen, but she's just talking. So I want to make sure you understand that you just got to get it done, right? Get the video out, get the content done. All right, those are the 3 video examples. Now let's go back to the presentation and proceed further. So just video examples. Everybody knows what videos are, but I wanted to show you it's not that complicated. Just get the video done. All right, so video, like how do we turn these videos into content and books and newsletters, whatever we're talking about today? The way we do that is we do it through transcription, right? So we're going to do video transcription. And what is transcription? Transcribing video is the process of turning audio and visual information into text. That's what it is, right? So we're taking a video, we're sending it over to a service, and they're going to take everything that we said, and they're going to turn it into text. That's what transcription is. Very basic. All right, why use transcription? I'm big on efficiency, right? So efficiency, you're going to save time and energy. Introverts, right? We got to charge up and we got to do stuff. So the less we can talk or have to charge our energy, the better. So you're going to save time and energy. Next, you get to improve accuracy of your content. So in our content creators mastermind that we had, 2 hours before here, we talked about the importance of your accuracy and your content being discovered. This video transcription, this process, this helps you with that, right? So it's hard for the algorithms to determine what's going on in your video and your content. But if you tell them what's going on, what you're saying in a video, it makes things better. It increases your SEO. So people always ask about SEO. Can you add SEO to video? Yes, you can. One of the ways you do that is through transcription. Tell YouTube, tell Facebook, tell them exactly what you're saying in the video. So they can take those keywords and the things that you're saying and understand what's in that video. You also don't have to type as much, right? So again, we talk faster than we type. And this is how we get through that process, through video transcription. So I'm gonna pause here for a little bit. Type yes in the chat if you are ready to proceed. I know I'm moving a little bit fast. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. So, all right, now, how do we transcribe, right? Well, first and foremost, we talked about, like we saw those video examples. What you're going to do is you're going to create that video, right? So people ask, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? Your first step is you want to get that content created, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Get it created because you can always do it again. You can always do it again. You can always edit it. What editing software should I use? Doesn't matter if you don't have any content to edit, right? So number one, what I want you to do is I want you to make sure you create the video. Number two, you're going to get the video uploaded, right, to the particular service. Number three, you're going to let that service transcribe the video. And then four, once that service is finished, you can use that transcription, the manuscript, as you wish. All right, so transcription services, we're only going to focus on one particular transcription service today because there are many out there, probably thousands of transcription services. We don't need to know every one of them. We only need to know what works for us. And generally, the one that I'm going to demonstrate today is the one that I like to use. You can go out, you can find Google and find what works for you, but I like to use this one. It's giving me the best experience. I'm not saying I tried all of them, but this one has given me the best experience. It gives me the best accuracy. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that one a little bit later. But these are, when you collect the slides, remember I mentioned these particular links. If you're interested in the rest, maybe you won't like the one that you see today, you can click on one of these links and you can access that particular service. All right, so please type yes in the chat if you are ready to proceed. I need at least 50% engagement. Okay, all right, there we go, 50%. So transcription examples. Now, these are all these are examples of the different videos that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So remember I mentioned Paula, Carmen, John, Sheila. They've all done videos for me. And with their permission, I've taken those videos and I've had those videos transcribed. And the service that I use, and it's a paid service, right? You got some free services. I don't really recommend the free services, but there are some available, right? I generally like to use a paid service. And again, these are links. So you're going to be able to click on these links on your own time and see this in action for yourself. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate the examples for you. So Paula's video, right? I'm going to open this up. And this is Paula's video. So remember that video I flashed on your screen? You can see Paula talking, like very basically just sitting there talking. Well, this is her video, right? And I took her video over to this service. The service is called, for those asking, the service is called Rev. So I took her video and I sent it over to Rev and I said, hey, transcribe this for me. It costs about $1.50 per minute. Her video was 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So maybe $5 is how much it costs. And what they did was they took in everything that she said and they put it into a nice text format, right? So this is the nice text format that they've given me. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 paragraphs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take this text, or what I have already. I'll take this text and then I'll take it over to a document. I'll start to modify and edit my particular document, right? So that's one example. That's Paula's example. Let's go to another example. Oops. Carmen's example. This is Carmen's example. She gave me a 2-minute video. Her 2-minute video came out to 2 paragraphs, right? So I'm going to do the same thing with her text. I'm going to take her text and I'm going to take it over to a particular document, which I'll show you a little bit later, right? And then let me show you one more. So John's video, this is a video, you can see his video, and his video was 8 minutes, and it's produced, a lot more than the other videos because he's talking more. But I'm going to take his text, I'm going to take it over to a document, and I'm going to turn it into that lead magnet, which we're going to get into in a little bit. All right. So before we proceed, please type yes in the chat if you are ready. I want to make sure you are all following me. Okay. Awesome. So creating and editing your lead magnet, right? And when I say lead magnet, it's a broad term. You can do this. You can turn this and take this process. You can turn it into blogs. You can turn it into social media posts. You can turn it into a newsletter. You can turn it into a book. It's up to you what you do with this content. But this is the process. Once you get the process, the creativity is up to you. All right, so creating your lead magnet. These are some things that you need. These are some suggestions. You need to transcribe text, right? So you need that video. You need to have it transcribed in a text format, similar to what you already saw, right? Next, I suggest that you get some pictures, make the document look a little bit better. So the document that you're going to see today, I don't have a lot of pictures in there. It's like a beta document, but I suggest that you put pictures in it, right? Next, you need a word processor, and the word processor that I recommend is Google Docs, right? Some people like to use Microsoft and whatever else that but in general, Google Docs is very universal. People understand this. It's easy to share the documents, the content, etc. So I highly recommend that you use Google Docs as opposed to other processors, right? And then finally, what you're going to do, like once you have all of this, you're going to bring it together, you're going to edit it, and you're going to design it. So I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to show you a couple of examples that you can see. So creating and editing your lead magnet. And I think we're ready for the, no, here we go. So I'm going to do a screen share and show you the lead magnet, right? So again, like I said, it is in beta, so it's not completely finished, but I want you to understand the idea, right? So on my screen, you can see the Google Doc, right? This is the Google Doc. And what I've done was I've taken all that content that everyone has given me and I put it inside this Google Doc, right? And if you scroll, you can see me scrolling. It's in a book format, right? You can make it a newsletter, a book. You can make it a blog post. It's up to you what you do with it. But once you have the process, you have the process. So this lead magnet, and I'm going to continue to work on this lead magnet, and the people that contributed, I will give them and they will have access to it. 7+ home seller secrets, whatever you title it is what you title it. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to turn this into a book. It's going to be a book for everybody that contributed. They're going to have a book that they can give to their customers or their prospects. And it could be a physical book or it can be an ebook, but they can give this to their customers, right? To showcase their authority, to showcase that they know what's going on, to give them value. Hey, you want my book on how to sell your house for top dollar? And share it out to that customer or that prospect, right? So this is the title thus far. Again, this is still in beta, but I'm going to show you some example. I just want you to see the example. I'm going to scroll down to different sections. So again, this is a book. Like if it's going to be printed into a book, but this is what I want you to see. Like this is a book, but a book is a lead magnet. What's a lead magnet? It's meant to collect information and showcase your authority. So inside of the book, you can put as many call to actions, prompts, your phone number, whatever you want inside of that book. And we're agents, right? So we want people to contact us. So what I've done here, this is like one of the pages inside of the book. And this page is like, read this page first before you do anything, right? Just to say thank you for reading this book. I would like to offer you a free home evaluation report or a no obligation consultation, right? So people are downloading your book or they're picking up your book, wherever you're doing, and they have access to this information. You're telling them, hey, you're going to read this book, but guess what? I'm giving you a free evaluation or a free consultation too. It's okay for you to take that, right? And right here, this is a template. So all you're going to do here is you're going to collect the name. You're going to put your name, email address, phone number, website, your contact information in there so they can contact you, right? Next, this is the table of contents of the book. So let me undo that. This is the table of contents. So when somebody downloads the book, they're going to see all of these things. And you can see in here, I put in the different people that gave me their videos, and I've turned those into chapters. Again, this is still in beta, so it's not finished completely, but I want you to understand the process. So I'm going to jump down to the chapter about Paula and show you what I've done with that, right? All right, so here's Paula. Like, remember Paula's video? That's her video. We took that transcription from Rev, and what we're doing is we're putting it into this text format, and it's going to be into a book. So you can see here, Paula talked about 4 things. She talked about price, presentation, flexibility, and then she talked about marketing. So Paula's video output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 pages of content, right? And this is before we added pictures. This is before we added pictures. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back and I'm going to add more pictures and make this lead magnet a little bit better. All right. Let me show you John's content, right? Because his was like a little bit longer than normal. So John took his video, his 8-minute video, created about 8 pages or so, right? And again, this is before the pictures. So this is the Google Doc, and this is how you take that text, you take it over to Google Docs, and you start to format and edit it, make it a little bit prettier, right? And one of the reasons why I recommend Google Docs is because anybody can use it on any computer, right? You don't need a particular software. All you need is internet access, and you can use Google Docs. This is the lead magnet. This is in the Google Docs editable format. But once you're done, right, this isn't finished, but once you're done, you can download this as a PDF, right? So I'm going to click on here, File. I'm going to click on Download, and I'm going to go over to, it gives you different options. You can even print it as an ebook, which is this EPUB. But in this instance, I want to download it as a PDF. It's going to save to my computer. Downloads. And that is my lead magnet, right? So the seller will see either they can get the PDF or you can go through the entire process and have it like actually physically printed. But I'm going to open it up, and this is what it would look like for a seller, right? So remember, I mentioned it's in beta. It's not the prettiest, but it's still a lead magnet. And based on all of those videos that we did, this is a 52-page book, right? And we can add or subtract to it, but we have a book here that we can send out. We can email this to a person. We can put this in as a squeeze, collect their information. But this is the book based on that process that we just walked through. You can scroll through and you can start to see everything that we put here. This is PDF. They can't edit it, but they can click around. They can click the different links and things that are available that you put in there, the call to actions, right? So as an example, this website link that I have down here from one of my old books, I can just click on that. You can do the same thing for your sellers and your prospects, right? So that's the process of creating a book. Let's go back over to the slides and see where we are. So more examples I have inside the presentation for you. I have more examples. My book that if you signed up, if you want that book was created using this exact process that I'm telling you about today. All 3 of those books were created using that process. So you can do the same thing, create content for buyers, create content for sellers. This is how you do it. And one of the reasons why I want you to maximize using video, because you can repurpose that content, right? So you can take those videos as an example. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm going through the presentation before I head over to the examples. Yeah, so the examples that I wanted to show you, if I go over to my Facebook, right? I'm going to show you my Facebook page, one of my Facebook profiles, one of my Facebook business pages, and Jerome, show you these videos. So when I said they won't know, right? When I talk to you about they won't know what you're doing, here's what I'm doing so far. So I'm creating content around different subjects. And each of these videos that you see on my page is a chapter inside of a book. Or it could be a section inside of a newsletter, or it can be a particular blog post. So what I'm doing is I'm creating all of these video content. I'm gearing up for marketing, right? To create I'm gearing up to create a book, newsletters, etc. I want to take all of these videos, transcribe them, and put them into a document, and nobody will know, right? Unless I tell them. So this particular video is about selling and not dealing with real estate agents, right? This particular video is, who we work with. We work with the minority. So that's a chapter in the book. This particular video is how we utilize technology to showcase and help you sell a house, right? These are all chapters in the book. And I'm going to take this process that we went over today. I'm going to have these videos transcribed and I'm going to turn them into a book, right? These are all examples, and nobody knows except for you, because I'm telling you that this is a book. All right. So that's the example. I'm going to pause for a minute and take questions. Do we have any questions? All right, no questions, no questions. All right, so these are all examples. And like I mentioned before, these are links that you can click on in your own time. Again, I created all 3 of these books using this process here, right, that I'm telling you about. I took my video content, videos that I've already done, right? There, I was like, it was like, I've been creating videos for years. So the cool thing is that I did not have to create new content because I was already doing videos where I was adding value to people. So all I did was take some of those old videos and transcribe them, and then I put them all to a document, and I had it turned into a book. All right, so this is my contact information. If you want to reach out to me, please do not call me. I don't take phone calls. You have to text me first, right? Email me, contact me, or something like that. But if you want to reach out to me, text me. I am available. You just have to schedule time. And again, if anybody is interested in that book, this is how you get access to it. You send me your name, your mailing address, email, phone number, and I'll send it over to you. But it has to be, you know, it's first come, first serve, and you must do exactly as instructed. Now, for the slides, right? For the slides, here's what you're going to do. If you want the slide presentation, what you have to do is you have to leave me honest, right? It has to be honest. It doesn't have to be positive. It doesn't have to be negative. It's, the thing I'm concerned about here is honesty. So leave me a honest testimonial, honest review. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Leave me an honest feedback there, and I'll send the slides over to you with all the examples, the presentations, the templates, etc. Leave that review, share, screenshot your feedback and share it to me. And you must do it within the next 15 minutes. I can't be doing this over the next few days. So if you want the slide presentation, do this over the next 15 minutes and I'll get the slides over to you. All right. I am done the presentation. I know we went a little bit fast, but we had a lot to cover. So we have about 20 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions? If we don't have any questions, we can close early. All right, since we don't have any questions, we can close early. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you for coming to the Social Media Mastermind. We'll be back next Thursday. Next Thursday, Paula Ponte will come in and teach you how to do branding and Instagram for your business.